Hello, and welcome to my channel. I am super excited about today's video because it is the first one of the year and is the first one in the series, the Best Hair Ever series. So we're gonna get started and talk about 7 things you're doing to destroy your natural hair. We've all been there, we've all made mistakes. I'm still learning myself and I figured I'd share that knowledge with you. Okay, number 1, not using silk or satin scarves and pillowcases. I cannot stress this enough. This is probably one of the most important tips. If you are using a cotton pillowcase, you've probably noticed when you wake up in the morning, your hair is dry, it's broken off, it's not looking like it did the day before, it's just struggling. If you use a silk or satin pillowcase, it is life-changing, not just for your hair, but also for your skin because it helps with your breakouts. And then when it comes to tying up your hair at night, you're probably doing a pineapple like I love to do. And if you're using anything but a silk or satin scarf, you're gonna have the same issue. Your hair is gonna be dry, it's gonna be brittle, you're gonna have breakage. So just use a satin or silk, either one works, satin or silk pillowcase and scarf. Okay, number 2 is using elastic hairbands. So elastic hairbands, same thing. They're really damaging for your hair. They're gonna cause breakage, etc. So I like to use these. These actually are cotton, so it goes back a little bit on what I was saying about the pillowcases and scarves. But I love these. I feel like they do not cause breakage. They're soft, they stretch. They're just great. You can also use silk hair ties if that works for you. I find that those tend to slip out of my hair, so I only use them at night when I'm putting my hair up in a pineapple and then I put the scarf around it. I don't necessarily use them for styling, but if it works for your hair, then use it. Okay, number 3 is washing your hair with only hot water and not using cold. So yes, you should use hot or warm water when you're doing your shampoo, when you're washing your hair. However, after your conditioner, you should use cold water to seal the cuticle, to seal in all of that hard work that you've done. So if you're only using hot water the entire time, your pores are open, they're not getting a chance to close, your hair cuticle is being stripped of its natural oils or too many of its natural oils, and it's just overall not good. And I'm sure if you've ever been to the salon, you've noticed that they'll wash your hair with warm-ish water, but not too warm. They'll check with you and they'll be like, hey, does this feel all right? And it might be a little bit cold, but you're like, it's fine. And then they end with a cold shot of water to your hair. So they do that for that reason, to seal the cuticle, to seal your pores or to close your pores. And then of course, when it's time to style, your hair is gonna be soaking up those products that much better and you're just gonna have a better canvas to start with. Number 4, okay, this one I'm super guilty of, leaving protective styles in too long. I do this a lot because I'm sure many people feel the same way where it's like, if you got it done, you paid a lot of money for it, you want to make it last as long as it possibly can. And if you did it yourself, same thing where you're like, I put a lot of work into this, like it's taken me 20 hours to do a protective style, I'm leaving that thing in as long as I can. However, I'd say the max should be 3 weeks. 2 weeks really is better, a week and a half maybe, because the longer that protective style is in your hair, it is not good for your hair to be pulled on that much. There's also all of the buildup of product, the buildup of oils, and you can't properly wash your scalp or your hair while the protective style is in. There's also, depending on if you've done research about synthetic hair, if you're using natural hair or real hair, real human hair, it's better. But if you're using synthetic hair, there are a lot of chemicals in there that you probably should not be letting sit close to your scalp for such a long amount of time. So I would recommend 2 weeks max. I know it sucks because I wish I could leave a style in for 2 months, like that would be fantastic. However, we're not at that place yet in terms of the hair industry, but if we ever figure out how to leave it in for 2 months, like I will be the first to do that. Number 5 is not washing your hair often enough. So I'm also guilty of this because again, curly hair is a lot of work. Like I don't have the energy to wash my hair as often as I should. Sometimes I'm like, I just want to put it in a bun for a day or two and I don't want to think about it. I don't want to worry about it. I'm overstimulated. I have too much going on. The last thing I want to think about is spending 3 hours washing and styling my hair. However, washing it more consistently when you're able to, when you have the mental fortitude to, is very important. There's a multitude of reasons why you should be washing your hair regularly, but one of them, or the most important one, is all of the buildup on your scalp. This is just a thing that you need to worry about in all facets. But sweat, the oil buildup, the buildup of products that you've used, bacteria, you know, dirt from your environment, if you've been outside, etc. All of that is collecting and sitting on your scalp, and you need to cleanse it and get rid of it. So that is extremely important to the health of your hair. If you have any scalp issues like dryness, flakiness, that also can be helped by washing your hair more regularly. So there's a lot of reasons to wash your hair regularly, but I'd say for me personally, every 3 to 4 days is best. I usually tend to have 2 to 3 good-ish days. Like the first day of washing your hair is great. Second day, a lot of people say anyways, is your best hair day. Third day is when I'm like, all right, it's kind of like looking like maybe I should do an updo. Fourth day is either updo or bun. Fifth day is like definitely a bun. And then sixth day is like, all right, I need to wash this. But I've been trying to wash my hair every 3 to 4 days because I just feel like my hair is happier that way. Obviously, you need to figure out what works for you. That's just what works for me. Okay, number 6 is not deep conditioning. So this is not particularly essential, but if you really want to have healthy hair, it is extremely helpful. So I'd say every other wash day or once a month, you should be deep conditioning. A lot of brands have really good deep conditioners. You want to put it in your hair, you want to let it sit for 30 minutes or so, wash it out with cold water. It really makes a difference, especially if you have dry, brittle hair. So I do it as often as I can, minimum once a month. Highly recommend. All right, the final one, number 7, is dry brushing. So I feel like most people know not to do this, but I figured I'd include it anyways because I have seen some dry brushing on the internet, particularly when showing off different types of brushes. And I know they're doing it to show like how well the brush works, but I think a lot of people also do brush their hair while dry, and that is a big no-no that causes crazy breakage. So I only detangle my hair in the shower. I don't ever detangle it outside of the shower unless I'm soaking it with water and I'm only detangling a particular section that I want to just define the curls a little bit more, and I'm still going to wear my hair for a few days. Otherwise, I'm only detangling in the shower, and I'm only detangling when there is a lot of conditioner in it. I'm not doing it after shampoo, pre-shampoo, etc. Like only with conditioner in. That will also change your life. It'll make it easier for you to brush out your hair or to detangle your hair. It is just, it's probably my second most important tip, because the first one was super important. This is second most important. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end and you really enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is the first video in the Best Hair Ever series, so there will be many more videos to come. And I'm also gonna have a series about how to get paid as a UGC content creator. If you're first starting out, if you're a little bit further along your journey, I will give you all the tips on how I have gotten paid gigs as a UGC creator. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you next time.